Hello, Woody Klaus here again, back in my office, a little late evening time to reflect and have a moment of inspiration. And today is kind of an interesting day because I was exchanging emails with a good buddy of mine, a guy named Jim Durham. I've known him ever since I was a teenager, really young teenager, when I would go to Fresno, California, and really get into some cool practice sessions with Jim. And he's just a great guy. And he had asked, what made you improve after the age of 40? And for some of you guys that don't know, I made the national team 3 years in a row after the age of 40, and I've been able to be pretty successful on the CPRT and have had a good run at the U.S. Open. So there's been this perception that I'm better now than ever, and I really don't know. But I do know that I win a lot more now than I had when I was younger. And there's really three things that we're going to talk about tonight that really defined the growth of my success. And the three things are really hope, belief, and faith. And there's significant differences between the three, and there's different levels of influence that they all have. And early in my career, when I got on the tour, or early in my career as a account executive at Hewlett Packard and at Oracle, I had hoped I was going to do well. I would enter a day hoping that things would work out, and I'd enter a tournament hoping that I would beat some guys. Now, did I believe I could? Absolutely. I definitely believed I could, but the reality and the truth, to be very transparent here, is that I hoped, and the hope, I think, is a great foundation, and it's a necessity, and it's really a catalyst to be able to gain a little bit of momentum and to put yourself in a position where good things can happen. So hope is vital. We need it. It has to be there on a daily basis, and it has to be a part of what we do every day is have at least some hope. Now that next level was belief. Now, spending a little time in a position in a corporation, or spending time where you're a little more tenured, being on the tour for a little bit longer, you start to believe that you can beat anybody, and you could certainly win the event. And that belief became a much firmer, cemented foundation for success, where that's where the confidence began to grow, and believing is really where that strength and that empowerment really begins to settle. And you are setting yourself up for accomplishing far greater things than just in entering hope. But without hope, you've got very little to work with. So that next tier of belief is really what begins to distinguish that consistency and that certain level of confidence and that certain level of walking with a little more upright posture and certainly carrying yourself with a little stronger demeanor. Now the next level is really faith, and faith is something that is magical. That's where empowerment is in abundance, and knowing that you have faith that things are going to work out is so empowering when you compare it to belief. Believing's great, but you need some proof. To believe in something you want and need the little proof, where faith, you don't need it. You absolutely have zero need for any proof. You have faith that you're going to be doing what you need to do to get the job done, and ultimately that transformation is really what made the difference between my career after the age of 40 and prior to. Prior to 40, there was a lot of belief, but I needed proof. I needed to be beating some of these guys along the way. I needed to be closing accounts that were larger accounts to believe that I could close a bigger one. Where once I got established and once I really became certain through a lot of different things we're going to talk about at another time, that faith began to give me that empowerment, and it can do the same for you, and it definitely will do the same for you, because as soon as you have that faith and you don't need proof, and you know that things are going to work out and things will work out in your favor, and that empowerment and that intuitive, ingrained certainty that no matter how crappy or crummy or ugly things may appear, it's going to work out. Will provide a level of perseverance and stick-to-itiveness and give you the angst that you will need to see things through so they do happen in a positive way. And that's the key in life in terms of succeeding, is having that deep-rooted faith, not only in your abilities, but in your willingness to endure and knowing that things are going to work out in your favor. I have deep, deep faith in many, many things, and it really boils down to not needing proof. I know for certain that things will work out. I know that they're going to work out for you when you apply faith, when you don't need any proof whatsoever that things are going to work out for you. It's somewhere inside of you when we have an enormous amount of power to drive results as long as we maintain faith. Not the believing where we need it, because that's what belief is. Belief is needing a little proof along the way, where faith, you simply don't need it. And that's what's inside of you. You know that it's there. You just got to embrace it. You got to foster that thing, and you got to make sure that faith is unwavering, that you know with 100% certainty that you are going to accomplish the goals you've put in front of you. And the things that the past that haven't worked out, that's okay. That set you up for success. That has absolutely ingrained the platform success that you are going to endure. For whatever reason, I'm a late bloomer. That's just the way I am. Other people, they get it right away. But one of the most consistent things with all people that I have seen who have had in great levels of success is their faith in their abilities and their faith with people around them and their faith that things will work out. So when you look at yourself in the mirror tomorrow morning, or you look at yourself in the mirror tonight, have faith that things will work out. And I think the timing is ideal because we're going into a couple of very empowered days of faith over the course of the next couple days. We're going to get into certain things that we can do to ensure that we can align ourselves with deep faith and provide a lot of consistency that our faith will always be there. But for the time being, have faith, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.